8 elections, we saw hundreds of thousands of volunteers eager to engage everyone in their civic duty to elect their president, and they did. 68% of the Venezuelan people elected President Nicolas Maduro. And now, the Trump administration, the right-wing conspirators of the United States empire, are waging a war on Venezuela. Yeah. They're waging economic sanctions that are crippling the economy, right? And we know that it is about greed, about land, about oil, about resources. So we're calling on the Congressional Black Caucus to end the economic sanctions on Venezuela and to say no to military intervention, because it is not military intervention, it is war.
Yes, it is. Right.
Venezuela is our rallying cry against U.S. imperialism. Hands Off Venezuela is our rallying cry to support and protect New African peoples and oppressed people's right to sovereignty and self-determination. And Hands Off Venezuela is our rallying cry to support the Bolivarian Revolution. So we have some petitions. NEFA just passed them out. We have a whole bunch of them. Please sign on. Please demand that the Black Congressional Caucus take action and do what they have not done in the history of this country, is to say no to U.S. imperialism. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much. And please sign the petition. Want to bring up Sister Rose Brewer, who's going to give us some comments and remarks about some of the things that you've heard. And then I have one other introduction to make. Please bear with us. We're almost out of here. Okay. But then again, our people struggled for how many years in bondage? You can sit in those seats.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
What a powerful, powerful gathering. I do think we need to take a moment to breathe.
Yes.
And thank you so much for your heart. You know, in doing closing remarks, I mean, it's pretty common to say it's all been said. In some ways it has been. But I do want to lift up just a few observations about the Black Alliance for Peace and both the domestic and international struggle that we're engaged in. 2 years old tonight, a very, very incredible 2 years. But that 2 years is built on a long history of connecting to the Black radical international struggle. And that means a history of resistance to war, to militarism, to imperialism, to capitalism, to patriarchy, to white supremacy. Just to say those once again. We know on this fated night, 51 years ago, Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated, murdered, for many of the reasons that our speakers have articulated. But let us keep in mind that he was in Memphis, in accord to align with some of the poorest paid workers, Black men doing dirty, violent work. But he stood strong with them. The first of the year in '68 was something known as the so-called Tet Offensive. That's the international expression of the Vietnam War, where tons and tons of Agent Orange and other violent chemical warfare was poured on the Vietnamese people as they struggled for their own liberation. That too was connected, as we heard earlier, to the struggle that was going on in this country. In fact, 40% of the fighters were Black and poor men during that period. And we just heard about the 82nd and the powerful role they played in resistance. So we want to be very clear that we stand on the shoulders of earlier struggles. Yes. In 1966, the Panther Party had already articulated the demand to end police brutality on our people and to stop murdering Black people. They had already stood strong against the war in Vietnam. Even before that, in 1704, those rebellious Africans who were Maroons or Colombos, were being hunted by the first slave patrols, which gave rise to the police. So we know this history is long and ignoble. So no compromise, no retreat in the fight to end war and militarism, racism. We know that yesterday, the Black Alliance for Peace delivered thousands of signatures to the Congressional Black Caucus demanding action on AFRICOM. It was on October 1st that that particular campaign was initiated and continues. On the flip side of that campaign is the new initiative to bring that struggle home to its domestic side, as our sister Vanessa Beck just articulated to you. We will be working on ending police violence, controlling the police in the absolute sense of that word, as was mentioned earlier, ending the connection with Israel. That's the source of the broken windows policing that, New York, thank you, New York initiated. We know that this prison nation continues to incarcerate not only Black men, but Black women and Black children. So keep that in mind. We have already begun to develop fact sheets. A little bit of it was shared, but you may not know that, for example, militarization in a state like Georgia has, in fact, and I'll just read a statistic that we were able to find about Atlanta, and we're actually looking at 5 cities in terms of militarism and occupation in our communities in this country. But the Atlanta city participated in the Georgia International Law Enforcement Exchange that sends city police to Israel. The J20 coalition demanded an end to participation in the program. In response, the mayor said, now you know who the mayor was, and in 2017 of February, that this program is necessary, appropriate, and successful to counter terrorism training. This training leads to the security of our community, and of course, the militarization and occupation of our communities. So we have work ahead. I'm proud to be a member of the research team, and I know that for those of you who are interested in actually getting involved, this is a defining moment. The work is before us, and as the sister said earlier, if not for us, certainly for our children. Thank you.
One more thing to do. And first, just let me say thank you to the committee that organized this incredible event tonight. And we were together all day. How many of y'all were at the protest earlier? How many of y'all were there when the cops tried to say we didn't have a permit? How many of y'all were present? Okay, UNAC was there. Who else was there? How many of you were, raise your hand if you were there? All right. So we've been going all day and we ain't about playing now. We are really fired up. I feel sorry for somebody who come up on us right now. Because it'll be bad. It will be bad. The necklace will come back. I can think of some people who need to be sized up and fitted for it and get some gallons of kerosene. I can think of some who need the necklace right now. And I would like them not to have clothes on. I just want them naked with the necklace. So we are about to leave, but I cannot, and I want to thank you for letting me be your guide through this evening. And remember, Jaribu said these things, nobody else. I would just like to bring up, since we are celebrating 2 years of the Black Alliance for Peace, look how much incredible work has been done. Incredible work over just a short period of time. It shows you how much we can do if we stand firm and stand together. And today we were with our comrades of all colors crying out for peace and justice. And like Peter Tosh said, I don't want no peace. I need equal rights and justice. And so no justice, no peace is more than just a chant. That's our demand. we cannot live in peace without justice and human rights for all. Absolutely. So I want to bring up, although I'm older, a little bit older than he is, I want to bring up my teacher and my comrade. I'd like him to come. I think it's just appropriate that the visionary, one of the visionaries, the most important issue that we have with each other is that we don't thank each other enough. We don't celebrate each other enough. But we need to celebrate those who stay on the battlefield. This brother has been there. And I think we should really stand to our feet and give a Jamu Baraka a loud round of liberation applause and ask him to come forward to Jamu and close us out. Come forward to Jamu.
Thank you, Jaribu. I wasn't supposed to be up here this evening. I was very comfortable sitting in front and listening to these fantastic presentations and being reminded of the kind of quality people that we've been able to bring together to build this new formation. So I'm here to thank all of you. We will do. Thank you, friends.
Yes.
Before we leave, we want to just remind folks, you know, we struggle and we work hard. We also like to try to relax and to enjoy ourselves. After this gathering, our dear sister Vanessa, who is a celebrated MC, is going to be at the Mark's Cafe, 3203 Mount Pleasant Street. It's free entry. We are doing this as an after party and a fundraiser for the Black Alliance for Peace. It starts at 10 p.m. and it goes to 2 a.m. Please find yourself in the house and let's enjoy ourselves and have some relaxation and get prepared for tomorrow and the struggle as we go forward. So again, let me also just say, as you all have seen, my dear sister, Jaribu, we go back decades. She has always been an inspiration for me and for many people across this country. This struggle could not be what it is today without her presence. We call her our Fannie Hamer of today, and as you can see, why we in fact do this. So thank you so much, my sister. Love you.